Thought I'd do a little video tour of the 1959 DeSoto Seville that we have for sale. This is an all-original survivor car from Pittsburgh. It spent its time on the road from 59 to 73 and then was parked from 73 up until about 2001. At that time, we completely went over the brakes, suspension, everything needed to get it roadworthy. New shocks, new rear springs. We have not driven it a whole lot since then. I believe we've taken it to Hershey about 4 times. Carlisle. So I will show you a few of the details of the car. Thought I'd walk around the car, get some real close-ups of everything that you could see. We'll start with going underneath and under the hood. I can do it easiest in the garage here, so we'll start from there. Start back at the data plate. And you should be able to just pause the video if you wanted to check anything out in detail. Car was not originally equipped with a radio. It was a radio delete car. This was a antenna that was added after the fact, and modern replacement antenna was put in the same hole. Heater hoses were changed, as well as the heater control valve. There's an odd little quirk. The control valve, it's an aftermarket one. Cold is hot, hot is cold. Radiator does tend to weep a bit. Will most likely need record. New battery, which we'll hook up for purposes of taking her out. Power steering is original. One of the few options. A correct power brake assembly for 59 was added later. It is the correct for this car, although this car originally was a manual brake car. For safety, a 68 Roadrunner drum master cylinder was installed. Gives a little bit extra safety in case of a failure in one of the cylinders. This is a 2-barrel carb. Looks very similar to a 4-barrel. It does have a round profile, but actually is 2-barrel. The trim, as you can see, is not perfect. The chrome is solid for sure. Does have some pits, a lot of which may polish out. This was only quickly wiped down. It has not actually had a wash since about 2007. Still wearing the original 1974 inspection sticker, which was from its last inspection in 1973. Has an antique plate on now, so is inspection exempt in Pennsylvania. I see a lot of little white dots and powder specks. That is from when I had rubbed the paint out. I had never gone back and detailed off all of the buffing. Compound is still laying there, needs to be washed away. The front bumper does sit a bit crooked. I believe it just needs adjusted on the brackets. It does not appear that the bumper is bent. Bushings would probably stand to be replaced again. Okay, going up into the fender well. There's some undercoating chipping off. Looks like it may have had some repair in that area. It's fiberglass. It's been cleaned up. Same with inner fenders. Not too much drippage. It has been sitting in this garage here for about 11 years, so what you see is what has dripped in that amount of time. Coming back out, we'll take a look at the other fender here. Okay. That looks like undercoating. Front does look like it might be fiberglass, I'm not sure. Pardon me. All the brake lines, hoses, etc. were redone. Just definitely needed it. And, ball joints. All the suspension components. I believe it was a
canter kit, bumpers, and all the bushings. It should be in pretty good shape. That's the fuel pump, fuel filter. Car does have the original 361 2-barrel V8. With a 3-speed torque flight.
Okay, looking again at the driver's front fender. Gonna give you an idea what the metal, chrome, etc. looks like.
And it's about the worst of it on the front.
The seam alignment's still pretty good, never been changed. While I'm thinking about it, there actually still are
Some of the inspection marks from when the car was made.
Take another look down this side here.
I'll go around again with it outside.
This is underneath the driver's door. The rockers.
Floor pan. New lines. Frame appears to be. Sorry. Frame appears to be very, very solid. There was an NOS Y pipe and Sono X muffler and some Mopar stock muffler were installed. I think it still has the seals on the torsion bars. Helps keep dirt out of the mount.
While I'm here, I'm gonna look up and down the side. The lines you see are reflections of the corrugated. Run down the trim. Little ding there. Okay, we'll get to some more of this when we're outside. Take another look towards the rear of the car. It's a sure grip, according to the build sheet. I have not pounded it enough to know for sure, but the build sheet is one of the pictures attached to this. So you can see the option there. There are new leaves. I believe they are from Espo Springs and things, up towards Carlisle. Gas tank does have a tendency to weep. Little wet along the seam, forget which side, when it is above full or above half full. New tanks are now available. I believe around $275 for a new tank, so it's not too bad. There is a new sender in it. It is a 59 Imperial sender. The only difference is it has same sender. It has a fuel return on it, which has been capped. I understand they added the fuel return as part of a vapor separator to help prevent vapor lock. Okay. Tires are fairly dirty. The tires are just starting to show signs of cracking. I would not drive the vehicle any substantial distance without getting those changed. Okay, this is the, I believe what they call the dogleg portion of the rear quarter. You can see it has been repaired by the previous owner. And there's a bit of crunch along the seams there, where it needs redone. Same in the back, you can see. And we'll get back there. We'll get to see a little bit more of this when we go outside. Trunk pan floor. Some people came out to look before. They asked what the duct tape was on the bottom of the tank. That is actually holding in place a series of magnets. The reason is, although the tank was taken off and cleaned, the magnets, when attached to the tank, if left there permanently, will tend to attach any of the rust particles and stop them from getting sucked up into the screen. You can see there's also, and maybe where the drip is, or the weeping is coming from, the little bit of wetness at the drain there. And let me get back a little further. The trunk pan has had a Bondo repair back in the day, 1970 style.
The shocks were replaced. You can see also the lines around early 2000s, sometime between 2001 and 2004 or so.
Okay, this is inside the trunk. Still has the original DeSoto trunk mat, which is in remarkably good shape. All the pads, the jack, and let me turn this around here. Original jacking decal is still in place. I'm going to walk around to the other side here to show you what's underneath the pad. It is not perfect under the pad, as you can see. That is still solid here, but you can see there is a good amount of putty in the back and the sides here, but passable. But still, if you were going for a restoration, that would be something that you probably want to consider changing those pans. Well, I can see there's a hole back there too, minor, but oh, the trunk. So that's the condition of the trunk. Pretty clean. Still has a department store oil change sticker. Ooh, pardon me. Still has a department store oil change sticker. We'll get ready to go out here. Keys. Oh, make sure everything is out of the way. It's a little packed. Okay. Interior. Okay. Quick look around. It's the current mileage. Get some more of this on your outside. Okay. Car hasn't been started for about a month. I'll build up a little oil pressure first. Couple pumps. And off we go. Amp light should go off when it warms up a bit here. Okay. I'm just kind of parked in the middle of the storage here.
The end plate did go out with a little more juice.
Search tune. It's got the blank for the map light. Oh, sure grip sticker. The original paper glove box. The wheel is about the nicest as I've seen. No cracks. Original headliners. You can see it's started to be cleaned, but never got too much further than that. The interior is what is called Nassau Plaid. It is available from SMS. It is a bench seat. As you can see, there is a bit of a V bend to the seat. Probably the seat back at the very least could be swapped out for something different. Original carpeting. It has the power brake mechanism out of the other car. As you can see, the interior is original condition. It's not perfect, but it's definitely presentable. Seat belts were installed on the front. Carpets could definitely stand a steam cleaning. Engine is still running, by the way. Pretty quiet, although shaking a little bit today. A little bit off. Oh, that's much better. Burning off some of the oil from being in storage here. Okay. Try to go around and give you some good ideas of the condition. Quieter than any car we own. put up the antenna. See if maybe we get some radio. Okay, sheet metal on this side. The same sort of thing, bottom of the fenders. Actually like a rip through there. Walk down along the trim along the whole side. This door handle does have a crack in the bezel near the top. It still works fine. Chip in the chrome in the back. This has a quarter on this side, on the passenger side. And this is probably the worst metal on the car right here. The bottom of the quarter is MIA. Get a look at the inside the trunk in a moment. Still wearing her last license plate. Pardon me if I don't get down on the ground a lot out here. This is slag. It is pretty sharp. go for a quick little drive around. Okay, so that's our 59 DeSoto Seville. If you have any further questions or are interested in coming to see the car in person, please contact us at one of the methods listed in this ad, and we look forward to talking to you. Take care.